Don't you hate it when that happens to you? When it does, you need this and this and this. When it happens to me, I always know where to go. When you've got professionals on your side, your problems don't stand a chance. What are you waiting for? Contact them today and let them take care of your problems.
Oh boy. Okay. So yesterday in my WhatsApp group, a guy named Ali, he asked me this question. He said, "Loy, what do you think, or how do you think the economy is going to be after COVID-19, this pandemic? How do you think the economies will function? How do you think people will behave? How do you think businesses will run?" So I thought that was a good topic. He's a businessman, so obviously he's worried about his business. So I thought I'd give you a perspective, my opinion, okay? And you can tell me if I'm right or wrong. I'll give you an example from where I am. Now, here in Thailand, you'll be very surprised to see one thing, okay? You'll see Thai people, ordinary, simple Thai people who are working in the fish market, who are working in the fruit market, vegetable market, who are selling fruits and vegetables. You'll see people working in the farms. Okay, all these simple people. If you go to their houses, they stay in very simple houses. Small houses, simple. There's just a fan. There's nothing else. Okay, so they're very simple people. Okay, but just next to them would be this new generation of Thai youngsters, kind of more or less like them. Same house, same everything. But you'll see a stark difference. The difference is these people will have not a motorcycle, not a small one. They will have a big ass 4-wheel drive. They will have like a here it's General Motors, a GMC truck. Seriously, like a pickup truck, GMC, 4-wheel gas guzzler. They will have. I've seen see Toyota. You see this vehicle that's coming. Okay, just have a look. They will have vehicles like this. Big ones, really big ones. Nothing small. It is pretty surprising. I've even seen a female that works in a 5-star hotel. She works as a cleaner. Okay, she works as a cleaner in a 5-star hotel. Her husband he does very menial jobs. She bought one of those vehicles, brand new, 4-wheel drive. I was like, fucking hell, how the hell can you afford this? Such a big ass fucking car. Okay. So I asked her how. She told me she got a bank loan. Now, I thought that was a one-off incident. What I saw was multiple number of people had this. And each one was trying to outdo the other. In fact, once Thai people started adding me on Facebook to become my friends, I started to notice that each one liked to show off. Like they would pose next to their car. They would show that they're going on holiday. Now, they would show expensive dresses. And many of them actually even take a bank loan for getting surgery. Surgery for the nose, surgery for the face, cheek, chin, to look beautiful, skin bleaching, teeth bleaching. It's very common. Okay, now let's go to Dubai, or let's go to your country. How normal is it for someone to take a bank loan? Almost everyone takes a bank loan. And people take a car loan, people take a personal loan, people take a mortgage loan, people take a business loan. Taking loans is now become the norm. Once upon a time, if you wanted to do something, you have to do it within your means. Today, if you want to do something, run over to the bank and get a loan. And now, why does a bank give a loan? Does a bank give a loan because it wants you to succeed? It wants you to achieve your dreams? Well, in the ads that come, billboards and posters and newspaper and TV ads, or now social media ads, they'll show a guy with his beautiful model wife. It's not real wife. A guy, a female, holding their children, smiling and looking towards the sky, and achieve your dreams, live in the home of your dreams. Okay, even these property builders like Danube, he said, oh, we've sold 85% of the houses. What you have sold? You have sold it at what, 1% down payment or 2% or 5% down payment? Basically what you have done is you have taken the money on a loan and you're allowing them to stay, and the day they cannot pay, you'll throw them out. So it's not your own house. It's you're paying on mortgage. And in the Middle East, in UAE, it's your house as long as you're there in the country. The day you're not in the country, you're thrown out. All your money is gone. You just have to read the fine print. Okay, let's forget the hidden charges. Let's forget going in that direction. So now, people have been living their lives on credit. They take a bank loan and they buy stuff. Like even if you go to the shopping mall, buy at 0% interest, six months 0% interest, buy a MacBook Air, buy a laptop, buy a Samsung, buy a phone. Ite salah, then do, give, buy the latest iPhone, buy the latest Samsung phone, and pay only 900 or whatever. See, what you're doing is you're living your life on credit. You're living your life on borrowed money to show off. I'll give you another example. Yesterday, this one boy, he wrote to me on WhatsApp and he said, hi Loy, this, that, whatever. He knows me, basically he knows me. I checked his profile picture. He had a Rolex watch in his hand. Like, it looked like a diamond encrusted Rolex watch. He was standing next to a sports car. I don't know which one it was, like orange, and next to that was a green, expensive car. And then his other photograph, he was in a nightclub with 2-3 really, I don't know, European chicks. I don't know whether they were whores or, but obviously it looked like his girlfriends or whatever. And then in another photograph, he's next to a swimming pool, sipping some cold drink. And then in one of the other photographs, he's in a, almost like it's a gold palace, like brownish gold, glassy kind of, place. It looked like he's a millionaire. So then, obviously, he told me that he wanted my service, consultation, whatever. So naturally, I assumed he's a premium client. So I said, what is it for? Is it business? He said, job. He wants a job. I said, okay, fine, all right. So I thought maybe sales director, some big ass job, because obviously a guy who wears a Rolex and poses next to sports cars which are worth like $200,000 and above should be sales director. He told me he's looking at sales executive. I said, okay, maybe a premium, like a salary of 40,000 dirhams, like $10,000 or $15,000. The guy told me that he wants a sales executive job for a salary of $1,500 or $2,000. For a minute, I kept quiet. I said, wait, let me understand this. You want a job for $1,500? Is it per hour or is it per what? He's like, no, it's per month. Can I get per hour? I was like, okay, so you want a sales executive job for a month? And then when I saw his resume, the guy works in a mobile shop, a mobile trading shop. They sell mobile phones. Okay. And prior to this, he was working for Virgin. Now he sells mobile phones. in the mobile shop that he was working for, he put his title as general manager. So I asked him, listen, I just want to understand. I'm curious. You have all these photographs and all. Oh, he's saying those were the good times, bro. Those were the good times. They call me bro, I said, okay. So I said, okay, let's see. I told him what are my charges. And then he tells me, man, I don't have any money. I said, how the fuck you can't have money? You're posing next to two expensive cars. You have these hot babes. You have all this. How is it you don't fucking have money? What the fuck were you doing posing? He's saying, no, I made a mistake. And then, long story short, he had taken a personal loan. He had taken like 3-4 credit cards or 5 credit cards or whatever. Because, in the shop title, it was general manager. So he played around with his salary, the amount that he was getting. He must have used company accounts because maybe he had access to it or whatever. And flaunted his monthly earnings. I'm pretty sure he must have taken the money, instead of putting in the company account, he must have put it in his own account to show a big balance. So he got big credit cards. And now he has to pay his credit cards, he has to pay his loan. And then the climax was, he told me he didn't get salary for a couple of months now, because especially of the crisis. So this is the problem that we are facing today. Everybody is living on a borrowed lifestyle, what they cannot afford. Now, what happened to that female who I told you worked in a hotel as a cleaner? Well, there's no customers coming in, so she got laid off. Okay. Now she couldn't pay for the vehicle. It got possessed by the bank. And now I found out later that she has multiple loans, not only from banks, but she has borrowed from people. When you borrow money and buy a car, I remember there are these guys on my Facebook, like working as a manager, and one fine day they'll be like, look at the newest member in our family, the beast. And then when you see the photograph, they're standing next to a gas guzzling big 4-wheel, like bigger than a Hummer. This, like in the Fast and Furious, you have The Rock driving these big ass all-purpose terrain vehicles. So he's like the beast. And then they show this, highly modified vehicle. Inside is leather and, accessories and big ass. It's like, oh, and this my baby and this and that. And it's obvious that they've taken a bank loan. You take a bank loan for a car. You take a bank loan for a house. You take a bank loan for a holiday. You spend on the credit card to show off on Instagram and Facebook. This has become the new normal. Now, what is going to happen is with this, because of this virus, this pandemic or whatever, whether it's real or it's man-made or whatever, let's not get into that. Because of this pandemic, now what is going to happen? Obviously, tourism is shut down. So nobody's coming in, nobody's going out. And because nobody is going out, nobody can eat out, nobody can dine out. So everyone's sitting at home. So now when everyone's sitting at home, restaurant people, casual dining is going to die. Okay, so that's dead. Cinema houses, nobody's going to watch movies. Now they're watching movies on Netflix or at home. So cinema houses are going to die. Then before, people used to go shopping. Like, when it was a Thursday or Friday, people had to go out. People had to do something. There was that itch. I have to do something, man. So they would go out window shopping. Oh, okay, look at this, buy this. Look at this, buy this. So now they'll not do that. So retail outlets are going to be impacted very badly. They most probably will do their shopping online, but online shopping is different from retail. When you go shopping, to a brick and mortar, like a shopping mall, they put right in front of your face all the products. And then there's a fight for the right product. Okay, so now that is no longer there. So they have to terminate the stuff. Casual dining is dead. Nobody comes in retail outlets. That's dying. So whoever expanded aggressively, the shops will be dead. Shopping malls. You remember UAE shopping malls? Remember what I had predicted that time? Everyone, shut your mouth, man. You're jealous. You're a fucking loser. Shopping malls. It's so busy, bustling. Who the fuck is going to shopping malls now? Tell me, who the fuck is going? You're laughing at me when I told you that time shopping malls would die. Tell me now how many shopping malls you're going. Who's going to which mall? You go to Dubai Mall, finished. You don't want to go to any other mall. You go to Dera City Center, you'll not want to go to any other mall. How many malls are you going to go? Okay, the shopping malls are going to die out. Nobody is going to come. They have to pay for water. They have to pay for electricity. They have to pay for maintenance. They have to pay for staff. They have to pay for security. So all that, these big developers will be hemorrhaging cash. They'll be bleeding. Like BRCT said, I will bleed for UAE. Yeah, you better plug something to stop the bleeding now. Put something up your bum hole, Then what will happen? Banks, before what they used to do is, see, how does a bank make money? Understand this now. How does a bank make money? Now, for example, there is a bank. It says, come, put your money here. Everything will be safe. We'll treat you with respect. Put your money. So I put, let's say 1 million I put. Let's assume 1 million I put. And they'll say, we'll give you 5% interest. Oh, very good. Okay, so I put 1 million at 5% interest. Now the bank has that 1 million staying with it. So it's like, okay, what do we do with this? So now it lends it out to 5 people at $200,000 each. Okay, they take. But the interest that they will charge, they'll charge maybe at 10%, or plus they will charge service fee, plus they will charge hidden charges, plus they will charge late payment fee. So where I gave my money 1 million at 5%, they give it out at 10%, and overall maybe they'll make another 10 more percent. So for 5%, they got 15% revenue. So that's how a bank works. Takes your money and gives it to somebody else and makes profit out of it. Now, what has happened is, before, banks were doing that. A lot of people had money. They put it in the banks. Banks are busy. Yeah, you take. Everyone take. They even gave guys who had, they gave building watchmen. They gave salespeople. They didn't profile anyone. They just gave everybody. In fact, there were reports that even people's babies who are born, they got credit cards in their name. There was one case, I don't remember the link, a dog, an actual dog, got a credit card on the dog's name. So people are getting left, right and center. I remember in 2011, credit cards were a dime a dozen. You could get a Citibank Emirates Airlines card, Citibank, some insurance card, Citibank shopping card, Citibank Ramadan card, Citibank this card, that card. Every bank had platinum card, titanium card, Skywards, airlines, travel, shopping, food, restaurants, movie, education. Every kind of credit card was there. And the UAE is known to have the highest interest in the world. For every 100 dirhams that you take in UAE, they charge you 66 dirhams. Just let that sink in. For every 100 dirhams you take, they charge you 66 dirham. And then until you make that amount, -1, until you pay 1 extra, you'll continue paying 66 dirhams for every 100 dirhams. So whether they're charging you interest, whether they're charging you late payment fee, everything gets added on to that. You'll pay 66 dirham until you close your credit card. Okay. So now they were giving people credit cards and loans in the Middle East, left, right and center. And everyone was buying and shopping cars and big houses, clothes and everything else. But now you have to pay it back, right? So what do people do? They pay back the minimum, 2%. Interest, 5%. Late payment fee, hidden charges, all that is there. You can't dispute that. Okay. But now what happens is when you lose your job or you cannot pay, so what people do is they take another credit card and they revolve. I know one guy, big manager, a really big manager in a retail chain. He had taken, I think, close to 17 credit cards between him and his wife. 17, 1-7. And he was rotating the cash from one credit card to another. 17 credit cards. I don't even know if those many credit cards are there in the market, but he had 17. And how I know this? Because he paid me money to take my advice on what to do. I told him, take a fucking personal loan and consolidate all the cards and pay it off. I don't know how much he did that. But that is how he is living, paying the minimum on every card and rotating. Imagine if these people lose their jobs. What will they do? They can't pay. And when they can't pay in UAE or in the Middle East, the only rule that is there is they will put you in jail because it's a criminal offense. So they put you in jail. Now you cannot work, you cannot earn, you cannot apply for a job, and your credit card interest is just multiplying. So finished, right? And then eventually this becomes bad debts. So when it becomes bad debts, normally what used to happen is the bank will go to an insurance company and say, hey, listen, man, see bad debts. Before, insurance companies were like, yeah, okay, man, you're paying us insurance, we'll insure the amount. But now when you have 50, 60, 70% of your entire portfolio as bad debts, you think the insurance company can handle it? You think the insurance company is there for charity purpose where it will say, yeah, no problem. We'll insure you for millions, we'll go bankrupt, but we'll pay? No. The insurance company is going to come out with a new clause. They'll increase their premiums. They'll come out with a new clause. They'll come out with a sub-clause. They'll say, no, we're not going to pay this. We're going to dispute it in court because you've not made any effort to profile your customers, your clients. They will start a fucking war because it's survival of the fittest. So now the banks, they're not getting paid. Insurance companies, they will not pay. What can you do? Go to the government for a bailout, right? Now, United States is, I'll speak about how it's going to destroy itself. Okay, so now when the banks keep having bad debts and insurance companies are not paying or they'll delay, obviously they'll get collectors, collect the amount. So now they're not getting the profits or the revenue. Obviously they'll have to stop issuing these products. Obviously they'll have to stop giving easy loans. And when there's no money coming in, no profit, obviously you have to terminate staff, right? Why do you think across the world, hundreds of thousands of people lost their jobs? Tell me. Why do you think Barclays and, German banks and all these banks, 60,000, 70,000, HSBC, why do you think banks are merging? They can't get their money. They will talk about, we are worth billions and trillions. What they're doing, they're merging because they can't handle the costs, they can't handle the losses. And after they merge, they will terminate people. So you have more people losing their jobs. Okay? Insurance companies also same thing. When you have more claims and less revenue, obviously you'll make things tough. So insurance also suffers. Now finally it comes to, I'll tell you, the king of all this nonsense, United States. Okay? Let's have a look at US. Every time US, the economy crashes, every time it crashes, what does the government do? Inject cash. We will inject cash. Now, where do they inject this cash? They inject the cash into big companies to save airlines, to save banks. Now, have you sat and thought about it? Is it good or bad? I myself didn't know anything much until I did some research. When they inject cash, into a bank or airline, basically what you're doing is you're paying them money for the big guys, that is the shareholders, the rich guys, and the CEOs and all that, for them to get their big money. Okay, they enjoy the dividends, they enjoy the money first. Then after that, everyone else gets taken care of. Okay, so basically, when the government injects the money, it's the rich people get richer. Same thing happened with the housing market crash. When the housing market crashed, the banks approached and insurance companies approached the government for a bailout. The government gave the money, said yes, but who got the money? The CEOs got the money, the big guys got their commissions. They first took all this. They really took all this. So who are the ones who are left to suffer? It was a middleman. Houses got foreclosed, houses got taken away, property got taken away. It's a middleman, it's a poor man who suffered. And they lost everything. So rich became richer, poor became poorer. They did this one time, two time. Now they're going to do it again. They'll inject cash into the economy. It's only the big companies which will benefit. The airlines, the CEOs, shareholders will benefit. They'll encash their their severance package or their gratuity, and they will leave, and then they'll retire on some big ass island or somewhere with their millions of dollars. But the poor man will continue suffering. They will not have any money. And I'll tell you another problem. US, Canada, all the Western countries have made it profitable, have made it worthwhile for people to be unemployed. If you're unemployed, you'll get these unemployment benefits. Fine, so people are happy. Okay, our government is taking care because we pay taxes. Have you sat and thought about it when these people will get the money? Do you think if they say unemployment benefits, you can just go to the bank, get the money, run home? No. Even to claim this money, there's a lengthy process. There are documentation involved. There is, a time frame involved. It's estimated that it would take you 6 to 8 weeks to get your money. So 6 to 8 weeks, you're earning nothing. How do you survive? So these are the big challenges that people face, but they don't think. Now, overall, the question is, so how does it impact everyone in general? What is going to happen? Now, what's going to happen is after this pandemic is over or in control or whatever, our economies open up, the first thing that is going to happen is people are going to want to get back to work. Okay? They'll get back to work and they'll be busy focusing on paying off the loans, paying off the debts, paying off everything that they had taken. The second thing is people are going to be very scared to spend money, very scared. They are not going to go for these expensive holidays. Like people are saying, oh, I'm going for a holiday, I'm a blogger, I'm a digital nomad. All this is bullshit. They're not going to go for holidays and all that crap. Okay? People are going to be very afraid to spend money. And whoever does this showing off, big car, big house, big this, big that, it's going to be a fascination, but nobody is going to take them seriously because you got loans to pay, you got bills to pay. People who used to go out to pubs and bars, they're going to say, no man, I'm happy drinking at home. It's cheaper to drink at home. Let's drink at home. Let's call the friends over at home. So it's going to be cheaper to drink at home. People who used to go shopping outside, now they're going to be like, well, I'm happy shopping from online. If they are going to shop, they're going to shop a little bit less because they're going to realize, okay, yes, there are some people who have enough and more money. They will shop no matter what, but that's you're talking of the 10% of the population, not everyone. People will not go for holidays. People will not go and spend money. Even eating outside, people are going to think, do I really need it? Okay, might as well sit at home and enjoy with the family. It's going to impact everyone. nobody's going to want to spend. Roughly, it's going to take 2 years to get back to the old format. 2 years. Okay. And one last thing. All those people who are showing off now, big job, big this, big that. The middle class, they'll get fucked. People who position themselves, who intelligently knew how to sell themselves. Like, okay, I'll give you an example, like what I do. You brand the guy, you position the guy, you market yourself. See, what I'm doing basically is making people stand out. Like, for example, you saw my face, you'll never forget it. Now, why did I do that? Because I knew I had to stand out from the rest of the crowd. Everyone was a trainer, a coach, a consultant. Everyone was wearing a suit and tie. Those days, I didn't have any tattoos. But if I wore a suit and tie, the first thing would be, this guy has an Armani suit and tie. I have an ordinary one. People will compare. That guy has a Rolls Royce. That guy has, a four-wheel drive, Mercedes Benz. I have a fucking Toyota. People will compare. That guy's traveled all around the world. He has visited so many countries. He's a CEO. I'm just a 30-something guy who has hardly traveled. So people will compare. So I thought to myself, how do I fucking stand out? So that is where personal branding came in. That's why I thought, okay, I need to position myself away from everyone else so I stand out. Okay, the tattoos came in. But see, just the tattoos alone, people are not stupid. It's like a girl wearing very beautiful clothes, sexy clothes, showing her cleavage and all that. But at the end of the day, okay, the guy gets impressed. He's like, wow, you look sexy, hot, I'll give you the job. He says yes. But then, if he gives the job, you have to deliver, right? You have to show the talent, the skill. You can't just keep showing your boobs and your ass and keep giving sex, So, even for me, yes, the tattoos may be like, wow, he stands out. Oh, he gives a lot of bad words and it's very entertaining. But when people come to me for a service, I have to deliver. I can't fool around. So that is where substance comes in. And that is where, when, a person's brand has been made, the main focus is how can you stand out from the rest of the crowd while giving value. And this is one thing which people make a mistake. Everyone should not be the same. Oh, I am dynamic, I'm hardworking, I'm focused, I'm this and that. You need to sound human. You need to share your weaknesses. Anyway, that's a topic for another thing. But the bottom line is, if you do not know how to sell yourself, you cannot survive. If you do not know how to position yourself, you will not be noticed. And if you do not change with the times, like one day your services will no longer be required. Why do you think I didn't position myself? I'm a NLP, coactive, life coach, this, that, so many disciplines I did. Why never position myself there? I knew that it's going to die out. See, the best example for this is Tony Robbins, Elon Musk. Look at their personalities. It sells. Whatever they say, sells. There are so many other examples. You just have to look at your CEO or your boss. He's there not because he has more skill than you have. He has because he knew how to position himself, how to market himself, how to sell himself. Anyway, so in conclusion, 2 years, the market is going to be fucked. Then for a sense of normalcy means the same old good old days of people spending and all that, 5 years. Immediately what is going to happen is, till the end of this year, no new jobs that offer lucrative deals. And if any jobs do come out, it's going to be very competitive. Like I told you yesterday, the number of CVs that I'm getting, the number of I had to increase my email storage. My website crashed. It's fucking crazy. The number of emails, I'm not able to answer the emails and WhatsApp messages. It's too many. Just too many. So people who are shameless, who don't get the message, fine, struggle. It's not that you will not get a job. You will get a job, but you will have to slog like a fucking dog. Before you are competing with 100, now you'll be competing with 1,000. It's just harder. You'll suffer more. You'll lose all your savings. So if that is your cup of tea, fine. Like people tell me, Loy, I don't have any money. Fine, then suffer. Whose problem is it? It's not my problem, it's your problem. Okay, no money, go the same old path, same old resume, same old talk, same old style. I'm not saying you'll never get a job. Yes, you will get a job. Only thing is you'll have to wait for 3 months or 6 months. You will eat all your savings, and then eventually you'll land up in a job that pays you much more less. That's the price you pay for not learning to sell yourself, market yourself, position yourself, brand yourself. I've seen it happen over and over again. And that's what is going to happen to you. Anyway, these are my thoughts. Let me know if I'm wrong. Let me know if I'm right. Like I told you, you don't have to come to me. It's not me just marketing and selling myself. People are not stupid. Learn how to sell yourself. Make your own money. People laughed at me when I told Expo 2020 will fail. People laughed at me when I told shopping malls will close down. People laughed at me when I told that banks are going to get messed up. Who's laughing now? Okay. And this I predicted how many years? 5 years ago. Check my videos. All right. You guys take care. I'm signing off.